Hey, well, Broken World Entertainment. And just how much power does Andy Muschietti think he actually has when it comes to DC? Because the director has come out and said he won't recast Ezra Miller in a potential sequel. There's a big article here abounding into comics. We'll go over a bit of it anyway. But it just shows you all you have to do is identify as a datem and the world just bends over for you. Here's the headline. The Flash director Andy Muschietti says he would not recast Ezra Miller in potential sequel. Quote, I don't think there's anyone that can play the character as well as they did. End quote. That's right. Him and his wife go on the whole they them when they speak about him, which I shall not be doing. So here's what the article reads. Despite both the studio's desire to move past the Snyderverse and the actor's own recent history of criminal controversy, the Flash director Andy Muschietti has affirmed that should the film receive any kind of a sequel, Ezra Miller will remain his top choice to portray the cinematic version of the fastest man alive. It's funny that Muschietti thinks he would be brought back for a potential sequel, but okay. The director threw his full support behind Miller's potential return to the Speed Force during a recent appearance alongside his production partner and wife, Barbara Muschietti, on a soon-to-be-released episode of The Discourse, a weekly entertainment podcast hosted by pop culture news outlet The Playlist. Per an expert of the episode shared by the outlet, at one point during his visit, Muschietti was asked by the Discourse host Mike D'Angelo whether or not Miller would ever return to the role of Barry Allen following his upcoming adventure across the multiverse, to which the director replied, if a sequel happens, yes. To start with, Andy, you don't have that authority to say that. But whatever. Let's continue, shall we? He says, I don't think there's anyone that can play the character as well as he did. As I said, I'm not going down their stupid pronoun road. He further praised, the other depictions of the character are great, but this particular version of the character, he just excelled in doing it. And as you said, the two Barrys, it feels like a character that was made for him. Adding to her husband's thoughts, Barbara added, in principal photography, Ezra was brilliant and the most committed and the most professional. Ezra gave everything for this role, physically, creatively, emotionally. He was absolutely supreme. Yeah. So it doesn't seem to matter what you do, what chaos you cause, being a nightmare for the people of Hawaii for over a month, choking a pregnant woman and throwing her to the ground on camera, resisting arrest on camera, breaking into a house and stealing liquor, which is, we haven't seen it, but it is on camera, going to court, threatening to kill people you were staying with, possible kidnapping, grooming, you name it. This dude's charged with it all. As long as you go by they them, it's water under the bridge. Don't forget, one of the producers I don't think it was Tony Safran this time. It was one of the other ones. Or was it one of the principal photographers? It was someone on the production that said, sure, once the movie comes out, everyone will forget about that. Wow. And then they tried to say this movie was never in danger of being shelved because of the performance. No, it was in no danger of being shelved because there was so much money pumped into it. And it was too far in with so much money behind the promotion that they couldn't just go, well, we're not releasing this. But should a sequel actually happen, and let's face it, the only way a sequel would happen is it would have to make over $1 billion. It's the only viability that they would look at, because they are moving in a completely different direction. They would have to seriously take a look and ask the question, well, what was it about the movie that made the audiences go to it? Was it Ezra Miller? Or was it Michael Keaton Batman? Take a guess which one it is. It sure as shit ain't Ezra Miller. It is Batman. Michael Keaton back as Batman. And even if it makes $1 billion, how would they be able to push forward with a sequel to this when we've been told all of this is pointless, it's useless, it's going nowhere? But you can't just turn around then and go, oh well, it made $1 billion, so screw the fact that there's no Henry Cavill anymore, or Gal Gadot, or Ben Affleck or anything. We gotta run with this, even though it would be Batman. You put out this movie without a Batman in it, this thing is tank. It's probably already on a tank anyway. Have you noticed there's been no talk show appearances by anyone? There's been no interviews by anyone of the cast on any websites or anywhere, because they can't promote this thing. Because how do you promote a movie where the person you'd have to send out to promote it is Ezra? Yeah. And what's all the promotion been? Batman. Everything is Batman, to the point they even drop in the Batman Brad Fiedel music. So I don't think we have to worry about a sequel. Absolutely not. I don't think we have to worry about Andy Muschietti bringing Ezra Miller back, especially seeing as that is out of his hands anyway. Why would they let a director determine who's going to be there and who isn't, when James Gunn seems to be the one calling every single shot? Interesting. So anyway, there you go. The Muschiettis fully back and support Ezra Miller, which raises questions, raises my eyebrow about them. What's going on with them two behind the scenes? And with that, I'll leave it there for this one. So cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.